Yeah.
I'm a big man.
Okay, so I have everything muted, but I can still hear myself talking.
He's ready and delivers. Morgan a smash up the middle. Base hit to center. Here comes Gomez. Around third. A throw and the Brewers win. The Brewers are moving on a base hit by Niger Morgan. He's being mobbed. Wow, what a scene. Niger Morgan, who has delivered so many times this year, delivers a base hit to center field to score. Carlos Gomez and the Brewers have beaten Arizona. What a scene out here. Morgan mobbed at the mound. Glad ready. The 1-2 pitch, ball line to Yount, it's short. He throws, it's over. The Brewers have won the American League pennant. Milwaukee, you have a World Series. Thousands of people streaming onto the field at County Stadium. It is absolute pandemonium. They are surrounding the Brewers. They have defeated the California Angels 3 games to 2, and they now go to the World Series.
W7 Live, it is Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's time for Franklin Girls Lacrosse. Live from Franklin High School, Gary Whipperman, W7 Live, along with me, Riley Kine. Riley, welcome to another night of Classic 8 Girls Lacrosse.
Thank you. Yes, it is another night. So happy to be here.
And it's a big night for the Franklin program. First of all, personally, as you know, this is Coach Jill, your mom's last regular season game as head coach of the Franklin Sabres, and certainly a lot of emotions to go with that.
Yeah, for sure. And I know coming in today, she was just so overwhelmed with a lot of different emotions, but a little bit of sadness because it is senior night and it is her last regular season game, and it feels like it's all coming to an end for her, I think. And I think that's where the sadness comes from. But she's also just super happy and just super proud of every girl that she's coached and everything that she's built here.
11 seniors, that's a lot of kids to say goodbye to, and I can tell you after doing basketball and some softball this year, I mean, we've never had a class that had more than 5 kids, and that is hard to do that with that many, with that number. I can't imagine what she's going through, and I can never fully understand how these coaches are able to do what they do, and that is say goodbye to these kids, because that's got to be the hardest thing there is to do.
Yeah, and I think especially with this group of seniors, it is going to be very hard for her because there are so many of them, and they're players that have played since they were freshmen and sophomore, and she literally got to see them grow through the program, through their entire high school careers.
And so you're balancing all of that, but at the same time, you got a pretty big game tonight. The Sabres hosting WSN.
WNS.
WNS. I keep on saying WSN. It's not WSN. It's WNS.
Yep.
Talk about WNS, or I guess the matchup tonight as far as these two teams go.
WNS is the second-ranked team in the state. I mean, they've had a phenomenal season. They lost to Arrowhead in overtime by only 1. Last season, they went to the state championship and they ended up losing to Arrowhead, but it was on a game where Arrowhead just had stormed back, but they were leading the whole thing. And I mean, it's a team that is really well-rounded all the way around, and they have a few key players that are going on to play lacrosse in college, but I mean, it's just a solid team.
And I would expect it's going to be a defensive game tonight for one big reason. That is, you have the #1 defensive goalie in the Classic 8 conference. That's Leah Oren for WSN. And then the #4 leading goalie in the Classic 8 conference, and that's Maddie Webler for Franklin. So it could be one of those games where, goals are at a premium, and maybe 5 goals or less to actually win this game.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a battle, and I think the goalie thing that you mentioned, it's gonna be huge. I mean, the #1 goalie going up against the #4, it's just gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be a good game.
And Leah Oren, just by the way, if you're tuning in, at halftime we are going to have a short story video that Leah Oren created. Actually won a award for at the Lake Country Film Festival. So we're going to play that at halftime. Again, these are just such talented kids, and they do so many different things, and we got a chance to air that. So stick around at halftime for that. We're going to take a break, and we'll get back with starting lineups and national anthem. You're watching Franklin Girls Lacrosse on W7 Live. We'll be right back. This year is we're doing a Kickstarter. Are you familiar with what Kickstarter is?
Not too much.
Okay, so it's like a crowd fundraising
Okay.
event. So basically, what we're trying to do is raise $8,000.
Okay.
And that's going to be to replace equipment,
Mm-hmm.
which a lot of it, believe it or not, is already 3 years old.
Right.
So we need better battery, better processing,
Yep.
more power.
Yep.
And then we're going to use that to get new equipment and then cover our travel, mileage
Yep.
expenses.
All that.
And then when anybody that donates, when they donate, they get to choose what's my home school.
Oh, okay.
So, and when they do that, we're gonna calculate. So every day during our fundraiser, it's only gonna be a 10-day fundraiser.
Okay.
I'm not a big let's fundraise for 3 months.
Right,
I mean, 10
right.
days in and out done.
Right.
Every day we're gonna post the standings.
Okay.
For every school.
Right.
The school that raises the most is
Most
going to be
money.
the W7 homeschool
Okay.
for 2018-19.
Oh God, now I'm gonna.
And what that
Yep.
means is we're going to live stream at least 25% of our
Of the
games
games.
will be with the W7 homeschool.
Okay. Okay.
So, and that's for all sports.
Okay.
So for example, we're doing girls lacrosse right now.
Mm-hmm.
If we do any lacrosse games, 1 out of every 4 will be CMH.
Right.
Do they have a
Right.
girls lacrosse?
I believe. Yeah. They do.
We haven't dared soccer yet, but
Okay.
if CMH were to be the home school, we'd figure something out to do some soccer games. I
Okay,
know how big
because
soccer is.
now we gotta get on this.
Franklin Sabres.
W7 Live time for starting lineups and the national anthem.
Number 11, Elliott. Number 26, Megan Brockmeyer. Number 2, Catherine Taphorn. Number 12, Brooke Weber. Number 16, Lauren Flemma. Number 19, Lindsay Tazella. Number 20, Natalie Ogoro.
Nice. That's a tough one.
Number 21, Zoe Epley. Number 25, Aubrey McLaren. Number 32, Maggie Piper. Number 48, Kinsey Barrett. And in the goal, number 50, Leah Oren. Tonight is our senior night, and you'll be introduced to our seniors right after the game. Now your starting lineup for your Franklin Sabres. Number 2, senior Peyton Brockman.
Senior! Oh, you can,
Number 5,
just,
senior
you can put it back on the
Haley
bench.
Tranacki.
Yeah, Haley!
Number 8, senior Lindsay
Woo, woo.
Fair.
Oh, this is
Number
so-
9, senior
Hey, bounce out. Allie
Senior
Marion!
Allie Marion.
Allie, that's okay. Give me a pity high
Number
five.
10, senior Brianna Tobin.
Yeah, Bree, here we go.
The voice you're hearing is assistant coach Juliana Shearer for the Franklin Sabres. She's mic'd up tonight
Hey,
for the first
13
half.
money.
She's at the end of the line there, right in the middle, if you can see.
Senior Amanda Wachter. Number 18,
Why do I have
senior Chloe Head.
It's insane.
Number 19, senior
Hey.
Ashley Hoffman.
Go back on the other side. Even it out. Even it out.
Number 23, senior Carly
Yeah,
McKenna.
Carly.
Number 28, senior Taylor Kozelic. And in the goal, number 60, Maddie Butler.
Go join them. Go join them. Go get them.
If everyone could please stand, face the south end of the stadium. We are honored tonight by senior Val Halber, who will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Bell. Bell.
Thank you, Val.
Well, nice job by Val on the national anthem, a senior here at Franklin High School. Just about ready to get things started for tonight's game. Again, the number 2 WSN Wolfpack and the number 7 Franklin Sabres. Senior night at Franklin. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the start of tonight's game. What we're doing this year is we're doing a Kickstarter. Are you familiar with what Kickstarter is?
Not too much.
Okay, so it's like a crowd fundraising
Okay.
event. So basically, what we're trying to do is raise $8,000.
Okay.
And that's going to be to replace equipment,
Mhm.
which a lot of it, believe it or not, is already 3 years old.
Right.
So we need better battery, better processing,
Yep.
more power.
Yep.
And then we're going to use that to get new equipment and then cover our travel, mileage
Yep.
expenses.
All that.
And then when anybody that donates, when they donate, they get to choose what's my home school.
Oh, okay.
So, and when they do that, we're gonna calculate. So every day we're gonna, during our fundraiser, it's only gonna be a 10-day fundraiser.
Okay.
I'm not a big, hey, let's fundraise for 3 months.
Right,
I mean, 10
right.
days in and out done.
Right.
Every day we're gonna post the standings.
Okay.
For every school.
Right.
The school that raises the most
Most
is gonna be
money.
the W7 homeschool.
Okay.
For 2018-19.
Oh God, now I'm gonna.
And what that
Yep.
means is we're going to live stream at least 25% of our
The
games
games.
will be with the W7 homeschool.
Okay. Okay.
So, and that's for all sports.
Okay.
So for example, we're doing girls lacrosse right now.
Mhm.
If we do any lacrosse games, 1 out of every 4 will be CMH.
Right,
Do they have a
right.
girls lacrosse?
I believe. Yeah, they do.
We haven't dared soccer yet, but
Okay.
if CMH were to be the home school, we'd figure something out to do some soccer games.
Okay,
I know
because
soccer.
now we gotta get on this.
W7 Live, we are back and ready for the draw this afternoon. Cassie Allard for Franklin. And I'm sorry, Riley, I didn't get the one for
Lauren Flemma.
Lauren Flemma. Draw controlled by the Sabres and taken away by WSN. So Wolfpack ball. Just underway. We'll get the clock up in a few minutes. And looks like a foul right away on the Sabres. Shot no good.
Still going to be WNS ball.
Working around the perimeter, looking for a shot. Taken away by the Sabres. A lot of running there, not much passing.
Yeah.
That's end to end. Who is that?
I
Hoffman?
think it's Chloe Hen. I'm not sure who it was.
Well, in any event, it's looks like it's WNS. I'm going to call it WSN all night, Riley. I could just. I know you've been kind of not to correct me, but please correct me. I know I've
okay.
said it like 3 times now. WNS. I keep thinking of WSN, which is Wisconsin Sports Network, and
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
that's not who it is.
It's okay.
Sabre ball, and now on the ground, Brockman trying to scoop it up. Still loose, and now out of bounds. That's Allard. No score, just underway. If you're just joining us, you're right on time. 23 minutes to go, first half. Number 2, WNS, and number 7, Franklin. This is 25, that's McLaren. She's the offensive powerhouse for WNS, Abby McLaren. Aubrey McLaren, beg your pardon, she's a junior. McLaren, actually one of the leading scorers in the Classic 8, is in the top 10 in scoring.
Yeah, she's actually committed to Marquette.
Fantastic. Well, that's where assistant coach Jules Shearer went for Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
Ball knocked away. Haley That's a hard time with the last name. Was that Chonaki?
I think it was Lindsay Fair
Lindsay Fair. Fair is much easier than Chonaki, so we'll go with
Yeah.
Fair.
with the takeaway.
81 and sunny at Franklin High School, right on the main football field, athletic field at the high school. Fantastic facilities, some of the best in the state. Sabre ball, no score, just underway. That was McKenna, Carly McKenna. Turnover to WNS. This is 20. Pogaric, I know the PA announcer had a heck of a time with it. I still don't understand it. I think it's Pogoric. We're going to go with Natalie. So when you hear Natalie, that's who we're talking about. WNS ball, 21-11 left first half. You know, Riley, I think fatigue's got to be an issue today. I mean, it's warm, low 80s. I know the Sabres got this canopy up, but I mean, it's going to be hot out there running around.
Yeah, and they're used to playing at 7 when it's just a little bit cooler.
Good point. 5 o'clock start tonight.
Yep, I feel it too. It's
Yeah, right. It's hot.
it's
It's warm.
and the sun's just beating down.
Couple substitutions ready to come in for Franklin. This will be Barnard and Jillian Krieger. No score, 20 minutes, 33 left first half. Shot blocked by Webler. That's why she's one of the best in the conference.
Yep, that was a great block. It's going to be Franklin ball, trying to clear it.
Pretty even so far, except the Sabres haven't really had a good look at the goal yet.
Yeah.
Here's Hoffman, take across midfield.
There's Marion running with
Nice
it.
pass to Allie Marion. Nice to see her back in there. Tried for Kozelik, and it's going to be a turnover. Allie Marion in the game last week had some bruised ribs. I think I had bruised ribs at the end of that game,
Yeah.
Riley. That was a physical game last week with USM.
They were letting them play.
For sure. So good to see Allie back. I know she was in quite a bit of pain last week. Good to see her playing. One of the seniors, again, 11 seniors on this team, and stick around after the game. We'll have the senior ceremony stream live here for this group as they close out the regular season. Playoffs still to come yet, and there's a rumor that W7 may be doing some playoff games. I cannot confirm or deny, Riley, at this point. So, but there are some rumors going on around it.
It would be a great opportunity for the sport, really.
Well, and for us too. I mean, we're really having a lot of fun with it. Krieger in now offensively for Franklin. Boy, the execution on the other side of the field is just not good for Franklin here early going.
Yeah.
Riley looks kind of sloppy.
They look sloppy. They look a little frantic.
Yep. Again, those first few minutes seem to be causing problems. Who had the same issue last week, and if you remember, in the first 5 minutes, Coach Jill called a timeout, and I think gave everybody a nice little pep talk, and that seemed to fix things.
Yep.
So we'll see if she needs to do that again.
Everybody just looks a little out of sorts.
Yep, I would agree. It's not crisp by any means. It's
Nope.
kind of all over the place.
Much different than what we have seen.
Well, and WNS too. I mean, they're a little out of sorts. Also, I mean, that's a good word for it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't expect this from a number 2 and number 7 team in the state. Here's Tobin. She's the athlete of the group for sure.
Yeah.
Boy, there was some contact there on Hoffman, not called. No score. Sabres now trying to get into a set offensively. I think they need to do that and just work out of an offense here, and rather than this fast break that we've seen the first few minutes.
Yeah. I think you need to take a few deep breaths
Yep.
and just settle everything before they even try to fast break again.
Like to see them set Allard or Krieger up for a shot here.
Mm-hmm.
Turnover by the Sabres. on Tobin.
That was a nice takeaway by WNS.
Yep, it sure was.
By Lauren Flemma.
Oh, may have a, I don't know what the call is. Hitting with the stick, whatever that is. What is the official call for that?
That was he called a slash.
Slash. No, that sounds way worse than hitting with a stick.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it's a yellow card on Amanda Walker.
So what does that mean? So this is a new term for me. So I'm sure all of our viewers know, but for the slow ones in the group, a yellow card is like a penalty box type of situation.
Yep, penalty box. It's 2 minutes, and she can't go back in until they signal.
So it's kind of like a power play in hockey.
Yes.
Well, having Wachter out defensively, that's tough for the Sabres. You really need her in there with WNS as the ball like this.
Yep, and they're down 1, which is just...
Nice block by Webler again. Boy, Maddie's making everybody else look good in these first few minutes, I can tell you that.
Yeah, she is.
Hoffman loses another turnover. And we're going to have a foul that may be on Hoffman. Wolfpack ball, no score, 15:40 left first half. Senior day at Franklin as the Franklin Sabres hosting the WNS Wolfpack. Sabres ranked number 7 and Wolfpack ranked number 2 in the state rankings for girls lacrosse in the WLF.
Let's see if Franklin can transition a little bit here.
And usually a strength, Riley, of this team, and again, not seeing the early going, but certainly this is a strength of the Sabres is that transition game.
Yeah, and that is something that we really haven't seen yet out of them.
Yep.
So.
Peyton Brockman. So power play is over. Wachter's back in. I'm sure that's not the official term for it, but I'm going to go with that because that sounds right to me. So out of the penalty box, Wachter back in. I really like her, Riley. I love how she plays. I love how passionate she is about the sport and just how determined she is. I think she's just a terrific athlete.
Yeah, she is, and she's great to play with. She has a great attitude. She doesn't complain about anything. She's always, if the coach needs something, she's always the one to volunteer.
Yep, I could totally see that. Brockman tried for a pass inside. We've got a stoppage. Is that a penalty on WNS?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they called. I think it was something on the goalie.
Well, shot for Krieger here, and wide, no good.
Gonna be stay Franklin ball.
Well, living up to form we talked about in pregame, Riley. We said low scoring and goals are going to be a premium, and Oren and Webler are proving us right.
Yes, they are.
They just make us look good, you know.
Yep.
We'll take that, right? Krieger with a shot again, wide. Well, Sabres now getting some looks at the goal anyway.
Yeah, and this is the first few looks that they've gotten.
Yep. Ball loose, and Hoffman comes away with it. I'm not sure how the Sabres came up with it. There were at least 3 Wolfpack kids around it, and Ashley Hoffman comes out with it.
I think Peyton Brockman had flipped it up in the air for her to get it.
Peyton's scrappy. I like that about her. She's just a scrappy kid. Ball loose, inside. Emma Scholl comes up with it. I will say one thing. When there's a loose ball around, usually Emma Scholl isn't too far away.
Yeah. She's just as hard of a worker as Amanda Wachter.
I could totally see that. Gonna have a substitution in for WNS when an opportunity presents itself. That's number 33. Victoria Mandy. No score, 12-21 left first half. And there's a turnover to the Wolfpack. Cassie Allard will come back in also at next opportunity for Franklin.
And Ashley Hoffman just forced a turnover and got the ball back. But now,
Well, you really need Cassie down there this time, wouldn't you think?
yes, yeah, they're trying to get her back in.
Yep. Really need her back in there when and last 3 or 4 minutes it's been Franklin ball down on their end. There's a shot again blocked by Oren. Boy, she's a good goalie.
And that is why she's #1 in the state.
Absolutely. She's
right
showing
there.
it. That was a great block by Leah Oren. Hey, Jennifer Stowe, good, glad to see it. Everything, I appreciate that. Glad everything's looking all right and working all right. I love our viewers, Riley. They let us know if there's a problem, but they also let us know when things look good. So appreciate that.
Hi, Mrs. Stowe.
So one of your fans on Riley, one of your many, in your fan club here. This is the Riley Kind fan club. I'm going to keep Riley around for basketball and volleyball season. I don't know if I can pry her away from Indiana football, though. Probably not.
Yeah.
No score, 11 minutes left first half. Allard comes in for Tobin.
Here we go, Blue. Wait for the right opportunity.
Both teams are getting good opportunities.
Yep, they sure are.
The goalies are just both very strong.
They definitely are. It's, again, I think it could be 5 goals or less wins this thing, and you gotta wait for yours, and when it's there, you gotta take it. And you gotta be there.
Yeah, I mean both teams have had multiple penalty shots, and nobody scored yet.
Nice defense by Brockman. Still no score. This is McLaren. Boy, McLaren's been double and triple teamed every time I've seen her with the ball. It's a gang guard on her. That must be something that the coach has worked up ahead of time, is to try to neutralize Aubrey McLaren, which is probably a good move considering what a prolific scorer she is.
Yeah, and I think that they have, the coaches talked about who the players they needed to watch, and they needed to keep an eye out for.
Brooke Weber's shot is no good because Maddie Webler said, Another block for Webler. Transition game. Hoffman loses. Uncharacteristic for Ashley to have that ball slip away from her. This is Natalie Polgaric. And taken away, that's got to be Barnard, I would expect. Yep. Bella Barnard. Here's Allard.
In transition. Ooh.
The numbers don't look real promising here.
Nope.
1 on 9. I don't know many
really
fast
was.
breaks that looks good.
It really was 1 on 9.
And we're going to have a foul on WNS. Boy, how big a win would this be for Franklin to come to on senior night to come out and pull out a win like this, Riley?
It would be huge. This is the number 2 team in the state. I know that the game against University School was one that they really wanted to win. And so for them to actually get this one, especially on senior night, for the seniors, for Coach Jill, just for the whole team.
And I do enjoy stirring the pot, as you probably know by now. And so an article came out, I think it was a My Community Now article that came out that said Arrowhead and WNS are the cream of the crop in girls lacrosse.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
I made sure to post that back out for all the Sabre girls to see, and maybe they have a different opinion on who the cream of the crop is.
Yeah.
And if so, this is the chance to express that.
And I know my mom showed me the article, and
Attack middies, go get a drink really fast.
We're going to
and
listen
then
to
come me.
Jules Shearer here
Really
in the huddle.
Unless you're good. If you're good, come here. Attack middies.
So we're going to
Attack
stay
middies. I
here
wanna
and
see you guys.
listen to Jules. Enjoy this. You don't get this in football, folks.
no.
Hey, everybody's head should be hell up, okay? Like, we are doing a spectacular job. The only thing is we're not putting the ball in the back of the net, okay? That one possession that we had down there was awesome, okay? We were going like 3-4 times, shot after shot. Okay, the shots didn't fall our way. That's an easy thing to fix. We took care of the ball, I think I've seen all season. Everybody had each other's backs, and it was awesome. Only thing to change is the ball movement, okay? We held on to the ball great down there, but we were all stationary, just holding on to it. The opportunities were there, but only when we were passing the ball, okay? So I want everyone to hold on to it for about like 4 seconds. Look in the middle. If it's not there, move it, okay? Back, cut in a little bit, cut back out, okay? You guys have done a really good job down there. You should be really proud, okay? It looks awesome. They had to call a timeout because they're freaking the F out because they don't know what to do. Because the score is what? The same thing that we started with. Go back out there. The girl who has the ball right now, but there's a girl who's open. Peyton, you're closest to marking that girl up. So you have to extend your stick, block off that pass. Let's try to track down there, get the ball back. Let's get back in Peter. All right, let's get a good opportunity. Let's score. If you just have to throw a fake. Just shoot offside, but you have to throw a fake. Well, offside is, are you faking it though?
She kicks it low.
So anyways, hold on. Listen. So if Peter's not working, I'm gonna call out Twister, but I'm not looking for two-man opportunity. I'm looking for the cutters from the top, because that's where they're gonna be man down, okay? Let's go. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Defense, great job. Good job. Awesome job. Awesome job. Maddie, fucking awesome job. Good job. Good job, Kendra, honey. Good job. Keep it up. Keep it up. Hey. Woo-hoo! Keep it up, guys. Keep it up.
Jules Shearer, the assistant coach for the Franklin Sabres. I knew we'd hear one F-bomb in there, Riley, and Jules didn't let us down.
No, she did not.
She's a great coach. You know, they're so fortunate to have her, and I know Coach Jill just thinks the absolute world of her. You know, what'd you hear in there as far as, you know, what they're looking to do? Maybe break that down a little bit for us.
I know that this is a team that has struggled a lot with confidence. I mean, it's a team that has always been known as more of the underdog. So I think that some of the drop passes on offense and some of the offensive struggles so far have been because they're nervous. They're frazzled because they're not used to, you know, I mean, like it's 0-0. It's a game that a lot of people expected them to come in and get
just
killed.
Dominate.
Yeah. And I think that that's one, like, as Coach Jules was talking about, she was like, I just want you to move the ball. Just keep moving the ball. And that's what they're going to go out there and do. Because I think that they're afraid a little bit to make the passes, to move the ball, because of their confidence levels. That's just what they're struggling with. And
she said, you know, we're doing much better when we're passing the ball and we're moving around as opposed to, again, just trying to run in there. But, you know, it's all about ball movement, like it is in so many other sports. And she's just encouraging them to, you know, move the ball.
Yeah, and that is the biggest aspect of this, because if you don't move, if one girl has the ball, it's just easy to defend everyone.
And if you're the Sabres, you got to be encouraged because you've had so much time on the offensive end here this whole first half. At the same time, you kind of would love to have a couple goals to show for it.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, they've gotten plenty of opportunities. They have had the 8-meter opportunities. It's just they're playing against the #1 goalie in the state.
Yep, Leah Warren is she's tough in there. Well, here's a chance for Krieger. That 8-meter zone again.
And another one, a body foul.
Smart move by Krieger there. Just, I mean, saw that wasn't there and, you know, pulled back out again.
Yeah, she didn't have numbers. That was a good decision.
Shot no good, but Tobin there. Oh. Nice pass.
Oh.
Nice pass to Krieger. Couldn't finish. Boy, that was a great pass by Bree Tobin.
That was, to get her rebound and then pass her right back to her.
Well, she is quick. That was like a slingshot coming out of there. Another good pass, this time to Emma Scholl.
Barnard picks it right back up.
Cassie Allard with the goal for the Sabres.
And Franklin strikes first.
Nice goal by Allard. Cassie Allard. Allard makes it 1-0.
Number 13, Cassie Allard.
I think that was what Franklin needed. They needed 1 goal under their belt to just settle.
WNS looks a little shell-shocked, Riley, to me. I mean, they look like they're kind of like, you know, zombies out there. They're not really sure what's happening. Again, probably they're not used to this happening.
Yeah, I mean, Franklin is really one of the most underrated teams in the league, and I think that a lot of teams don't think that they need to, I mean, they just don't think that they're going to be a big competitor for them.
Well, Sabre ball on the draw. There's Allard again. Boy, good job by Allard. Boy, she is so athletic.
She bounced that off her knee.
She is so athletic, Riley. I mean, she is just sick out there.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Here's Tobin. Peyton Brockman. To me, Peyton's kind of like the kind of like the point guard as far as distributing. Her and Tobin both, I guess, to a degree, as far as distributing the ball to the scorers.
Yeah, they settle it.
Barnard with it back out top again to Brockman. Pass across to Tobin. Bree Tobin. Down to Emma Scholl again, looking for that angle. Well, she wanted Krieger there right in front of the goal. Didn't get it. Good defense by the Wolfpack.
That's a crease call.
Well, she saw Krieger for just a second, and that gap closed really fast. And
Yep.
in the crease, so it's WNS ball. It's 1-0 Franklin, 4:26 left first half. Are you surprised, Riley, to see, I guess, the score here was as we're inching towards halftime?
I mean, I think that it's a really, it's been incredible so far. I think that I expected it to be very close, but I didn't expect it to be like no scoring.
Here's McLaren. She's going to try to change that for WNS. Boy, good defense again, and not just by Webler, but really, Wachter is just denying everything inside. She's just there. Her and Allard both. Shot blocked again by Webler.
And that's going to be a shooting space call.
Good defense also, Lindsay Fair.
Yeah, she's another defender that it's just vital to Franklin.
Well, nothing there again on the shooting foul, so back out top. 3:25 left first half. It's 1-0 Franklin. There's a goal for the Wolfpack. I didn't see the number, Riley. I don't know if you got it. Is that 12?
Number 16, Lauren.
Yeah, it was Lauren Flemma.
Flemma on the goal for the Wolfpack, and we're tied at 1. 1-1, 3:18 left first half. Well, it's not reasonable to think that Franklin would shut them out of it, especially as the number of shots that they've had that they were going to score. So we're locked at 1 here with 3:18 left first half. Here's the draw.
I think this is a game that's really it's going to come down to the end. And possession time is going to be a huge factor.
Well, and certainly winning these draws is huge, too. It'll be Sabre ball.
Yeah, because possession is going to be key.
Barnard was on the draw for Franklin. She wins about 65% of the draws she's in, so definitely one of the best for the Sabres.
And one of the leading in the conference.
Yep, absolutely.
Top 2, I think.
Sabres moving the ball around on the perimeter. This is Scholl, Brockman. Krieger's just kind of lurking there. I think she's looking for an opportunity.
I think they'll probably try to move it until it gets closer to half, just a little bit closer, and then try to go in for the score. Oh.
Nope, they're going in now.
They surprised
and
me
it's
there.
Cassie Allard again for the goal for Franklin. They proved us wrong that time,
Yeah.
Riley.
They surprised me there, always surprising me.
Cassie said, nope, I'll go now. 2-1 Sabres. Cassie Allard has both goals for Franklin. 2:25 left first half. And again, that just highlights the criticality of those draws because WNS did not get the ball after the goal, and Franklin won that draw and came down and scored. They're huge.
Yep, and that was a good ball possession by Franklin to just keep moving it and then eventually get the open girl.
So Barnard against McLaren. McLaren wins about 40% and Barnard's about 65%. So, you know, the numbers say that Franklin will get another shot here. Ball is up, and of course the numbers are wrong. McLaren comes away with it for WNS. That's Kuiper, 32, the sophomore. Well, just about 2 minutes now for the second half. We'll have the clock up. It's 2-1 Franklin, 2 minutes left. Cassie Allard has scored both goals for the Sabres. And Lauren Flemma had the goal for WNS, and there's another block by Webler. Here's Aubrey McLaren. And a steal by Franklin.
Cassie Allard.
Boy, Allard's been all everything this first half for the Sabres.
Yeah, you really see her on both ends of the field.
Absolutely.
Without her out there.
Hoffman, middle of the field. Nice pass from Allie Marion. Oh, great shot by Hoffman on a great block by Leah Oren.
And she got it right back.
Pass to Krieger. And the goal for the Sabres, Jillian Krieger. It's 3-1 Franklin.
Number 3, Jillian Krieger.
Well, I think if you'd given Coach Jill the option of having a 3-1 lead going into the half, she'd definitely take it, don't you think, Riley?
Yes, she would.
The number 2 team in the state.
I just saw her hug Coach Jules, and this is a game that they really have talked about, and you know, it's a big one for them. And I think to be up going into half, it's going to be good.
We're going to go on Coach Jules again here before the half. And she's getting, you know, I will tell you, Riley, and you know this way better than I do, but, you know, if you're a high school kid and want to play a team sport where it's girls that really just encourage each other and are just positive and just, you know, celebrate the smallest things that you do, I think lacrosse is the sport for you.
I definitely agree. I think that it's a sport that's, because not so many people don't know about it or don't know, you know, like really anything about it. I think that I don't know. I just think that all the girls are very authentic, and
I agree with you 100%.
They're all learning.
And I can be, you know, quite a bit more objective. I agree with you completely. It's all about learning, and they're all in it together. Allie Marion, we're gonna have a whistle before the shot.
I think they just called shooting space. That's an example of where the shooting space call just
Boy, another
takes
goal
goals
here
right
by
from you.
Franklin. It would be huge before the half. Boy, it's one of those cases where the official's call actually worked against you, even though it was in your favor. I mean, that was a goal that that wasn't to be because of the whistle.
Yeah, and that's the bad side of the shooting space call.
Bella Barnard gets out of traffic, over to Brockman. 11 seconds and counting. 10 seconds, 9, 8. And a stoppage.
I'm not sure what they called.
6.2 seconds left. So that's Krieger. And it's going to get away, and we're going to reach the half here, it looks like. That's the end of the first half. Surprise, surprise, the 7th-ranked Franklin Sabres 3 and the 2nd-ranked WNS Wolfpack 1. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back. We're going to let you watch Leah Oren's award-winning video. Leah is the goalie for WNS. She actually won an award for Best Actress at the Lake Country Film Festival this year for her performance in this film. Enjoy.
All right, kids, it's story time. What book are you reading? This is a new book about a girl who lives right here.
In the school?
Haha, no silly. In Milwaukee. She's a senior in high school.
Ugh, is it about school? Is it gonna be boring?
Nope, just wait and see. Here's a little story about a girl from Milwaukee. Goes to school every day, no job, got no money. Senior in a high school, daughter in a home. College apps, long nights, and feeling all alone. Playing lacrosse was a way to escape. We made music videos and dropped mixtapes. Tried the chill life, but it really didn't suit her. She thought about grades and worried about her future. She didn't think that she was being hard on herself by focusing on straight A's and no one else. People began to notice things changing. Her brother left the house and her dad vacationing. She still had family and friends all around her, gave her hugs and did anything to comfort her. She realized that she didn't need their sympathy. What she wanted was just to be
a bird. She just wanted to be her. She just wanted to glide away and be unafraid. A bird. She didn't care who judged her. Live her life by live and learn and be her own warrior.
Wait. Are you saying that she wanted to be a bird?
Yeah, obviously. Did you not hear the chorus?
I did, but like, why though?
I don't know. I don't make people's dreams. Everyone told her that she couldn't make it happen. She'd never quit lacrosse. She was made the team captain. Running down the field brings warmth to her heart. Hearing the whistle blown at Armory Park. When she wasn't being heard and people wouldn't listen, she'd look to the sky and see the sun glisten, but had to come back to help her team play position. Feeling something missing but was afraid to find the reason. One night she was listening to a song. She couldn't help but open her mouth and sing along. She got out of her chair and began moving her feet, jumping around her room and grooving to the beat. Just then she could feel something deep inside, something growing that she could no longer hide. So long she had been asking God for an answer, when all along she knew she was a
dancer. She needed to move her feet. Didn't matter where she'd be. It made her feel complete. A dancer, make choreography. She left everything behind to pursue her dream.
The end.
Did she make it as a dancer?
Yes, of course.
Yay!
I'm glad y'all liked the story. Did you guys learn the message?
Be a dancer?
No. She had all this stress because life was stressful, and dancing helped her cope with it.
Oh.
So don't be afraid to do what makes you happy.
Okay, guys, ready, sit down. Oh, I thought you were going to get your hands off my shirt. Okay, I feel like I wait. Sorry. That was you pitching. It's a revolution. Oh, I'm I don't even remember. Ice cold. That was when you had to get off early. Get out. Oh. What a jam. That was us doing that song with it there,
Stay in there, drive it. Let's go have some fun. Let's go.
W7 Live, we are back and ready for the second half. Riley, I can never get over how fast those half times are in lacrosse. They're 5 minutes and it's just boom, it happens so quickly.
Yeah, it feels like the game just goes that quick too.
I'm tweeting Riley, so I can't call the game here. You'll have to take it till I get my tweet out.
It's a penalty on Franklin. I think it was just a cover. It's gonna be WNS ball.
(3-1) Sabres, just underway, second half.
And Cassie Allard comes up with the ball. I don't know if it was a shot that miscued.
You know, she's definitely carried this team in the first half. And I ducked in the huddle at halftime to listen in a little bit. And, you know, you could see her. She's grinning ear to ear. She's, you know, loving it. Well, back the other direction. Here come the Sabres. Krieger, boy, she's quick. She was looking for an opening there. Back to Scholl. Up top, that's Bella Barnard. And then Brockman.
And then to Allard.
Boy, another goal here early by the Sabres could be fatal to the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I think that you just can't count either team out of it, you know?
Yep, I'd have to agree with you there. McLaren's been awfully quiet for WNS, and he probably can't count on that the whole game.
Yeah, no, and I think that's a little frightening for Franklin, but...
Barnard, nice pass, but taken away by WNS. 3-1 Sabres. 23-10 left in this game. Again, Franklin, the number 7 team in state, versus the number 2 team, WNS Wolfpack. It's 3-1 Franklin, so 7 leading 2. That's why we play the games. Here's Aubrey McLaren. Again, very quiet. No scoring in the first half by McLaren, the junior. And another defensive takeaway by Franklin.
That was Carly McKenna.
Carly McKenna, our player of the game last week. She's fun, boy. Her smile just lights up a whole room. I tell you,
yeah,
she's a fun kid. You can just almost see the confidence growing in Franklin here as each minute passes by, and they've got this lead. Here's Allie Marion, and we're going to have a foul there. So, Riley, I think Allie's kind of like that kid on the basketball team that's always on the ground, it seems like, and is always, you know, the one that gets knocked over in a play.
Yeah, I think she's a really tough player, and I think that, you know, I mean, to steal the ball from her is hard.
Well, she's got the ball now. Nice pass into Krieger in the goal for the Sabres.
That was a quick hit.
Great pass
Krieger.
by Allie Marion. That's the unsung hero of that goal, Riley. Allie Marion made that happen. Krieger finished it, but Marion made it happen.
Yeah, because the passing over the goal is already incredibly difficult, and the goalie's stick was up high. I'm not sure how she got that pass in there, but she did.
It's 4-1, and it's all smiles for the Sabres. Allard comes out. In for Allard is number 12. That's Lauren Schwartz.
Sabre goal number 3, Jillian Krieger.
Well, here's the draw. Sabres have been very successful at these so far. And looks like that'll continue. Wachter comes up with it. Good defense by McLaren. Boy, you gotta like Aubrey McLaren. She's one of those kids that just never quits on a play.
Yep, and that's the type of player Amanda Walker is too. So those two battling after that
That's a
ground
fun
ball
battle to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Well, if you're WNS, I mean, you got to make something happen now. You're 21 minutes left, and you're down 4-1. Webler away from the goal, comes up with it. She kind of looks like a fish out of water out there running around with the ball.
Yeah, I think that the Flemma, is that Flemma, 16?
Flemma, yes.
I think it's a yellow card. She teched her to the head.
So penalty on Flemma. She will come out for a 2-minute penalty. Power play for the Sabres. I'm going with that power play. I love that.
Yeah, power play.
I'm waiting for Gretzky to show up. Here comes Allie Marion.
Lauren Lex was right behind her. She's so fast.
May have had some contact there on Marion. Not on, against Marion, I should say. Bella Barnard, we haven't heard a lot out of her. You think she's probably ready for something to happen here also.
Yeah, I think she's trying to keep everybody settled.
There's the pass into her in the middle. Perfect setup, and Bella was ready for it.
And now she's going to get an 8-meter.
Boy, big chance here for Franklin. Here comes Barnard. A chance to go up 5-1. And makes it! The goal for Bella Barnard. It's 5-1 Franklin.
That was an interesting matchup. The goalie and against Bella, they play on Black Lax together, which is a league for that the Marquette coaches run.
Boy, your
So
mom
they know
is
each other
jacked
well.
up, Riley. She is
Yeah,
fired
she is.
up on those sidelines. I love it. Boy, I hate to even say anything because you don't want to jinx anything, but boy, you couldn't script a better start and really game plan here for the Sabres than what you got going. You got a 5-1 lead with 20 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I think they need to just stay calm. They need to maintain. They got to keep control of the possessions.
Well, here comes McLaren. She's going to go right at the goal, but knocked away. So, in basketball, this is kind of the time where you start worrying, hey, maybe, we should start sitting on the ball. Maybe we should start trying to drain clock. And then sometimes, and you're a basketball player, sometimes you get a little too relaxed in that, and then, things start happening the other way. I mean, how do you balance that in this case where, you still want to attack because, you don't want to let up on this team because they're too good to do that.
Yeah, I think that I think that they can take time now to really space everyone out and keep the ball in their possession, but also, still, if an opportunity presents itself, obviously they will take it.
Yep. Do you think the coaches now, when Franklin has the ball, do you think they're going to instruct them to start taking more time as far as, working the ball and not looking for that shot right away?
Yeah, I think that once if they get the possession back, that they will settle the offense, make sure it stays settled.
And contact there, major contact, and a WNS player is down.
I didn't see what
That's
happened.
number 12.
It's Brooke Weber.
Brooke Weber. Well, McLaren has the ball now for WNS. It's 5-1 Franklin. 18:42 left in this game. Is that like a charging foul?
Yep, that was a charge.
Charge on WNS. And boy,
Amanda Walker took that one.
things are just not going the Wolfpack way here today. Good hustle defensively. That's Lauren Lex. You know all these kids, Riley, for both teams. That's so neat that you know them all, and I think that's just kind of the community, right? I mean, you guys all play, sports. They all play together on different clubs, and sometimes they're against each other, sometimes they're teammates.
Yep, and a lot of these girls I used to play club with, and that's how I know most of them.
That's why we have Riley here with us as the expert to give us all this insider knowledge. Allie Marion. Hoffman to Scholl. And now maybe you start seeing that they're going to pull back out a little bit. So Riley, the analogy I'll use, and I often use my friend George Sotiros as an analogy, who's the head coach of the Nathan Hale Huskies. They run an offense called the stretch offense, and what that is it's not a four corners offense, but it's an offense where you spread out your guards and forwards, not to delay. Shot by Scholl is no good, not to delay and run the clock, but it's kind of symptomatic of that. But you're still looking, what you're really trying to do is get your athletes alone in space to go in and make a play by stretching out the offense, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
and it kind of looks like that's what they're doing a little bit.
Yeah, that is. And when I used to play basketball, we had a play just like that. It's called Cincinnati, actually.
There you go.
And that is when I played, we actually named the same play Cincinnati.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm sure that's what they probably changed the name now, but I'm sure that is what they've been told to run.
It's about getting those athletes alone in space to make plays and do what they do best.
Yes.
Boy, that's tough sledding trying to go inside like that with 3 defenders.
And that's going to be a penalty on Barnard.
Maggie Kuiper, I believe, 32.
Maddie against Maddie.
Maddie versus Maddie here. Webler's won all those so far except for one. Good defense by Wachter. Boy, she's just persistent, man.
She's always in there.
She is.
She's always in there.
Shot no good. Wide again. Ball loose, and WNS comes up with it. Shot no good. Webler again on the block.
WNS still has it.
Nothing against Leah Oren, but I'm starting to think maybe the #1 goalie in the state might happen to be wearing white today, Riley.
Maddie is looking strong out there.
Blocked again. Webler is just a machine in there. Overthrows, but there's Allie Marion to back up and make the play. Good hustle by Marion.
She picked it right back up.
Tobin in for Brockman. 15:06 left. It's 5-1 Franklin. It was 4-1 at half, and then right away the Sabres came out and scored. Jillian Krieger with a goal to make it 5-1, and that's where we stand. Substitution here for Franklin.
Haley Chonecki coming in the game for Chloe Henn.
So Henn out and Chonecki in. 14.5 minutes, and again you see the Sabres in no hurry. But again, still looking at the goal. I mean, they're not just sitting out there, playing catch.
Yeah. They're looking for opportunities, but they're being more reserved.
Hoffman, boy, a lot of contact in there, and we're going to have a foul. (5-1) Franklin, 14:05 and counting. The Sabres have never trailed in this game. They're the #7 team in state. Here's Hoffman. Nice block by Oren, and had some help inside for the Wolfpack. Franklin, the 7th team in state against the #2 team, the WNS Wolfpack. It's Whitefish Bay, Nicolay, and Shorewood, by the way. A co-op of those 3 communities. Tobin trying to get it.
Yeah, the ball is on the ground. You can expect Bree Tobin to not be far away.
Yep, she's always right there. She's so fast, too.
It's still on. Oh, and it's picked up by Ashley Hoffman.
Hoffman comes away with it. "13 minutes and counting." We get a timeout. We're going to listen to Coach Shearer again. I'm going to ask her to stand a little closer to the sidelines. Our range is somewhat limited on this wireless mic that we've got her on. Again, Franklin doesn't need to hurry. Marion. Peyton, or Bree Tobin. Allard, the hero of the first half.
Oh, and almost Allard again.
Shot by Allard, no good. Boy, she is quick.
And there's Bree Tobin right back in there with the ground ball. I know Allie Marion is in there. She's just itching for one.
Yep.
She had the one, and then they called it back on shooting space. And I know, I mean, it's senior night. It's one of the
Everything's
last
on
games
the table.
that they'll play.
You know, this is it. You,
Yeah.
you leave it all on the field tonight.
She wants it. She really wants it bad.
And again, stick around after the game. Regardless of what happens, we'll stay and broadcast the senior night. There was a shot by Marion. No good. Was that Marion or Allard?
That
Riley,
was Marion,
That
yeah.
was Marion. .11:42 left. It's 5-1 Franklin. So as a coach, Riley, at what point do you start feeling comfortable like, hey, you know, maybe not we got this, but, you know, it's going to be extremely difficult to unseat us here?
You know, I just can't count this WNS team out of it at all. I mean, there's
Typical coach, they're never satisfied.
I mean,
it could be a 9-goal lead with 13 seconds left, and you'll put your reserves in because you're terrified you're going to lose the game.
that is really, I mean, I have a lot of confidence in the Franklin team, but I mean, you really
got to respect your opponent
yeah.
too.
And I just know how strong and powerful this offense is.
You know, and if you watched last week, you saw, you know, USM got some good momentum early in the second half, and they really capitalized that and scored quickly and often to put the game out of reach.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, I think Franklin just needs to keep the ball in their possession, and they need the clock to be on their side.
Yep. Boy, that thing can't run fast enough, can it?
Nope.
10:37 left. It's 5-1 Sabres. Senior night at Franklin High School. This is 5. That's Haley Chanaki.
To Hoffman, and then to Barnard. And again in the transition. Franklin looks sharp.
Well, you got seniors all handling the ball at this point. I mean, it's clear what the goal is, and that is, keep the ball and look for a chance to score, but don't be foolish and don't do anything crazy as far as turning the ball over.
Yeah, and I think for Franklin, they're thinking right now the clock can't tick fast enough.
Right.
And for WNS, they're trying to savor every minute.
Looks like contact to the head. That's 3. Is that Lex?
Yep, it's Lex. She's a strong defender for WNS. So having them being down a player and missing her.
She's a junior, Lauren Lex.
Franklin might be able to capitalize on this.
Power play for the Sabres.
Yep.
Well, it's only fitting I use hockey references for Franklin. I'll tell you why in a second. 5-1. Up top to Tobin. Oh, boy, nice pass to Marion.
Yeah, she was ready.
And the shoulder pass into, who is that?
Hoffman.
Ashley Hoffman on the goal for Franklin.
She wanted that. Being a senior, she wanted to be on the scoreboard.
It's 6-1 Franklin. Let's listen in on the huddle. We'll be right back.
you go. All right. Hey, if you need a drink, get a drink. If not, come over here in a huddle. Maddie, you were sniping.
Maddie, just to let you know, girl did that on purpose.
Hey, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in.
Listen up, you guys. Come in, come in, come in. You know what's coming, right? High pressure everywhere. 0-0.
Hey, first thing. Anybody can score in 6 seconds, okay? So this score is not going to project what necessarily the end of the game means or is going to be. So that means you guys need to come out there, keep doing what you've been doing, okay? It looks fab from all ends of the field. We're putting it together. It looks great. Attack. We're going to take as much time off the clock as possible. So that means I only want you shooting if it is a 90% opportunity. You're 90% certain it is going in the net. Yeah, that was awesome.
You guys work that offense. You guys work that offense out here. Open stuff up.
You guys, listen, they're going to have to start putting pressure on the ball, right? So, no, get rid of the ball before you get doubled, right?
Or back it up.
Bring it all the way back. I don't care if we circle.
Oh, who has a board?
30 seconds. So, guys,
I've got 30 seconds.
Same thing, but they're going to come out high pressure. You guys, if they're high pressure and you double high, this one's open, all right?
Okay, this is what happened when I told okay, so if we're here, we'll do it this way. Okay, so we're facing this way, right? And our sideline's over here. Okay, I told Cass to bring the ball out here. They sent the double. She moved it to Allie. This girl's wide open. You got to catch it, pump, get shooting space. This girl gets the open shot every single time.
Defense, expect a quick shot.
I'll hold it.
9 minutes.
9 minutes.
Let's go,
9 minutes.
9 minutes apart.
Let's go,
Hey, do it for each other. Keep it up. Keep it up. Do it for each other. Let's go. Let's go, Sholey. Hey, are you good? Are you feeling okay? If you need a break, let me know, okay?
Well, we don't have to guess what they're talking about, Riley. We get a front row seat. Our viewers do too. I mean, what a great opportunity to sit and listen into what the strategy is here in the remaining 9 minutes, and that is what we thought it was, and that is, don't shoot unless you're wide open and have it. You're 90%. You can make it. Otherwise, it's run the clock and play good defense.
Yep, and keep the ball in your possession. Just stay calm, move it around.
6-1 Sabres in a shocker here. Senior night in Franklin. Boy, it doesn't get any better than this. I got a feeling it's free ice cream tonight, Riley. What do you think?
It's free something. I don't know.
6-1, 9 minutes to go. We'll stick with ice cream. How's that?
My mom's going to come out of this one. Whoa.
And boy, I couldn't be happier for her. I mean, for what she's put in. This is the way to close the deal.
I really am telling you that there are going to be so many tears after this game.
Yep.
if Franklin continues on this path.
Yep, Coach Kine here. Little Coach Kine Jr. saying if it happens, it's not happened yet. It's a 6-1 lead with 8:31 to go. But I get it. I'm cool with it. Stick around after. We are going to broadcast these senior events, for you guys to watch, but also it's something that we're going to put into a package for the coaches and players to have following this game.
When I used to play, they used to tell us it only takes 6 seconds to score a goal. That's why I'm a little hesitant to, say anything really.
Oh yeah,
yet.
no, I totally get it. (6-1), 7:44 and counting. And we're going to have a foul, contact foul on
McKenna.
That's Carly McKenna on the foul.
I think she had her stick on her.
Shot and goal for the Wolfpack. I didn't get a number. Is that 16?
I think it was Brooke Weber.
WNS goal number 12,
Brooke Weber on the goal for the Wolfpack, and it's 6-2. Riley, to your point, it takes 6 seconds to score, and just like that, it's 6-2. And you know, this is where you got to be careful because momentum can change really, really fast in sports, as you know.
Yes, and that is why you know.
That's why you're being so conservative, right? I get that.
I mean, I have a lot of faith in the Sabres, but you know, WNS is a powerhouse.
Yep. There's a reason there's the 100 greatest comebacks because they all happened.
Yes.
Wachter has it to Scholl, so back offensively now for the Sabres. Again, they win that draw, and I would say the draw play this afternoon has been huge for Franklin. They've won virtually every one of them, and I mean, that's just a free possession after every score.
Yeah, and the possession in this game is key.
Absolutely.
It really is key, especially now. The clock is ticking down. WNS is probably gonna pull out of their, because they were playing a zone, I think. Yep, and they are pulling out of their zone and playing man.
So they're gonna go man-to-man here, try to create a turnover. You can't, you know, if you're WNS, you can't just let the Sabres hang back there and pass the ball around because you're gonna run out of time. Got a B attack here on the sideline.
I was trying not to say anything. If it was coming any closer, though, I was definitely gonna have to run.
6-2, 6:15 to go. Boy, the seniors have been huge today for Franklin.
They're all just out there playing their hearts out.
Under 6 minutes now, 5:57 and counting. It's been all Franklin today. It's 6-2 Sabres. Lauren Lex has it for the Wolfpack. Forced out Wachter. Amanda just looked at the official like, well, what do you want me to do? Here comes WNS here trying to score. Nice pass. And the goal for the Wolfpack. Here they come. Is that McLaren?
Yes, it was.
Aubrey McLaren on the goal, number 25.
She was quiet.
She woke up.
Very unlike her.
You know, and that's the thing with good teams and really good athletes is, you know, you can tell them it's 6-1 with 5 minutes left. That means nothing to them.
Yeah.
That means I better get my tail in gear and win this game. And that's what they're going to try to do here.
It is exactly what they're going to try to do.
It's
and Franklin is going to try to stay calm.
And again, you start, you know, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is where you start to worry. Did we go into that set maybe a little bit too early and out of attack mode a little too early?
Yeah, it's just such a hard call
to make.
It's
a hard call to make. There's no question about it. Wachter with the ball. Again, draw goes to the Sabres. Well, we're at 5 minutes now, 6-3 Franklin. It was 6-1, 2 straight goals here, one by Brooke Weber and one by Aubrey McLaren for WNS. Has cut the lead from 5-3, but we're at 4:53 to go, a 3-goal lead. Franklin, the number 7 team in state against the number 2 team, WNS Wolfpack. Tobin has it. And I believe timeout.
Yep. Coach Jill just called a timeout.
We're going to stay here and go in the huddle maybe if we can reach that far.
What's going to happen? They're putting on and they're cutting off the adjacents, which means adjacent. I need them to take Peter out. Peter out. Everybody's going to be outside. Adjacent through center. To come up and get the ball. Keep the ball. Don't get stuck behind in the side, okay? Because they're going to try to trap, especially behind. I want you guys to top. Remember what I said. If you're off, and you better be talking. If
Well, Jules moved a little bit out of our range. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. It is 6-3 Franklin. We are under 5 minutes to go. We'll be right back.
W7 is your home for CMH girls basketball. Go Crusaders! If you don't know W7, you don't know CMH girls basketball. Go Crusaders!
Jules, got that one. Huh? Who was that?
That was...
Okay.
W7 Live, it's 6-3 Franklin, 4:30 left, exactly 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this one. Franklin has led by as many as 5 with a 6-1 lead. WNS has come back and scored the last 2 to cut the lead to 3, but maybe short on time here. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Franklin with the ball and the lead following the timeout.
Possession is just going to be key.
Yep, they're going to just try to, keep the ball, but keep away here from the Wolfpack.
Yep, and they need to just spread it way out. And WNS, they're going to be double teaming the ball. I mean, they're going to be all over them.
So it's going to be constant movement here for WNS trying to create a turnover. And if you're Franklin, it's all about ball movement now. It's about moving the ball and keeping it away from the defenders. And this is where that passing game really comes into play in the closing minutes of this game. And Sabres look good on their passing.
They need to just be crisp. They need to get there.
Definitely a strength on this team. And we got a whistle.
And that's going to be 3 seconds on the WNS, on WNS.
Have 3 seconds for what exactly?
So on defense, you can't stay within the 8 meter more than 3 seconds if you're not on a girl.
So it's in the lane, but
Yes,
on defense instead of offense.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's exactly what it is.
If they had that in the NBA, there'd be a lot of guys out of a job.
You are not wrong.
They barely call it offensively. Under 3 minutes, 6-3. Was that a goal?
That was a goal by Cassie Allard.
Cassie
Another one.
Allard on the goal for the Sabres.
And a hat trick on senior night.
A hat trick for Allard.
It's very, very fitting.
Number 13, Cassie Allard.
What a day for Cassie Allard. This is one that she'll never forget, Riley. I'm sure you remember your last regular season game, wearing the uniform, wearing the Franklin uniform, and what a big day that must have been.
Yep, the senior night, just, it's a good memory, but a sad one.
Yep. Well, not over for sure. This has got playoffs coming, but this is a big night. 7-3 now, and boy, you got to be feeling really good. 2:50 to go.
I think that everyone's just waiting a little bit, but the Franklin sideline is already going crazy.
Yeah, you can see everybody's just holding back what they're feeling. I mean, there's a lot of emotion here, and it's gonna pour out here in a few minutes.
Yeah, as soon as that clock ticks out.
So Riley, I mean, as a coach, you'd never say you don't think your team's gonna win. You'd never say that, obviously. To what degree of confidence did Coach Jill have on this game as far as the Sabres' ability to win this game?
She said, if we do what we need to do, if we do exactly what we've talked about in practice, what we've been working on for the last week, we can win this game. And that was just hearing that, I was like, okay, I mean, I had a lot of faith, but the WNS team is very strong.
But it's something when you hear that from your coach. I mean, that just is so inspiring, right? I mean, you know, and then you believe it.
Yeah, and she has so much faith in these girls that it's incredible. It really is. She believes in them so much.
Well, we're now under 2 minutes to go, 1:37. Again, stick with us after. We are going to stay on the field and you know, bring you some bonus coverage. Is that another goal?
That was another goal by Allie Marion.
Allie Marion gets one.
This sideline is really literally waiting to erupt.
And I think, you know, even the most conservative coach has got to be feeling good now with an 8-3 lead and
Yeah.
a minute 30 to go.
Yep, I feel better.
Coach Jill, you can hear on the sideline saying, one more draw, one more, you know, and that's it. You know, that's the markings of a great coach. They, you know, it's continued execution no matter what's going on, you know, as far as the score goes.
Yeah.
Either way, winning or losing.
I'll be surprised if she has a voice after this game.
And ball loose.
Be picked up by Aubrey McLaren.
So McLaren has it. It's probably academic at this point. 8-3 Sabres. A minute 28 to go. And there's a goal for the Wolfpack. That's 16.
I think it was Lauren Flemma.
Lauren Flemma.
WNS goal, number 16, Lauren Flemma.
And she's been huge in this game for WNS.
Well, 8-4, a minute 20. You know, been a scoring explosion in the last 5 minutes. But, you know, I think, you know, aside from the last 5 minutes, I mean, it's been what we thought. It would be a low-scoring defensive game. And the team that can execute in transition and passing was going to win this game, and that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, we came in knowing it was going to be a nail-biter. And, I mean, Franklin really surprised me today. But I think that they needed a win like this.
I mean, this is a signature win for this program,
yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah.
it just is.
They needed a win like this to boost their confidence going into playoffs and just to set the stage.
So following the game, I'm actually going to take a camera and go with the team and see if I can keep them somewhat close so we can keep Jules' microphone on. And again, you know, we'll film this and stream it, but really the goal here is the footage that you see may not be the world's best, but the goal is to give something to the girls after as far as this day goes, and we're going to definitely deliver that. Allie Marion
with another one.
With another one. Marion.
I said earlier she was just itching for it, and she delivered.
Well, the celebration is on now. 51 seconds left, and it's a 9-4 lead for Franklin. And Sabre fans, you can start celebrating. Your Sabres are going to move to a tie for second place in the Classic 8 Conference. This win will put Franklin 11-2. Actually, a sole possession of second place. WNS will fall to 10-2. So only Arrowhead ahead of the Sabres. Blocked again, and again, you know, I go back to that article. When you put an article out like that and say, you know, these two teams are it and this team isn't, you know, you're challenging athletes, and when you do that, you know, there's going to be consequences, and I still believe the Sabres got a hold of that.
Yeah, and I know that when my mom read the article, she was a little upset, but I think that they all used it as just
it's bulletin board,
pure motivation.
Yep, absolutely, and it's paid off.
Yep, and they came out here and they showed exactly what they were capable of.
Boy, this has got to do huge things for the confidence of this team going into postseason. You gotta like where they're at right now.
Yeah, and this is really what they needed.
And it's a big bounce back from the USM game last week when things looked so bleak, and it's amazing how fast that stuff can turn.
Yeah, and I know after the game they were all pretty shooken up because they knew that it was a game that they could win. So to actually get a win like this against a big school, you know, it's going to be good for the team.
7 seconds and counting. Again, I'm going to rip off this headset in just a second because I want to catch this, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Enjoy the post game here.
Oh, she's crying. Oh, she's crying.
Yes, she wanted that so bad.
Oh. I'm gonna go. Come on, give me big. You got the chills. I have the chills. Hey, they look fab today. I don't know what the talk was, but whatever you said to them or whatever they said to each other worked. Whew. Good game, Leah. Hey, good game. Good job. Good game, good game, good game. Good game, good game, hey, good game. Hey, good game, good game, hey, good game. Good game, good game, good game. Good game, good game, good game, good game, Pat. Hey, good game, good. No, good game. Aw, good game. Good game. Good game. What? What? What?
No, the microphone, not your face.
We picked up an F-bomb during the second half, but
I'm sorry.
You warned us that was going to happen.
Yeah, I did.
Congratulations.
Thanks. You guys did it!
Guys, that is what you call a bracket buster.
Hey, I just want to point one thing out. That was awesome from head to toe. And seniors, I'm sure you couldn't have asked for a better senior game. So here's to that. I'm still mic'd. I'm still mic'd.
Turn it up. You want me to plug it?
I'm still mic'd.
We wanted that and we got that.
Hey, you guys did it. We were just in the seat telling you where to go.
Everybody contributed. Nice job.
You worked what we told you to do. It wasn't us. It was 100% you guys. That's what it looks like. We believe. Do you believe? All right.
How about that D? How about that D? Everybody!
All right, senior recognition, right?
If you guys want to wait, like me at the end of the line as they come up, and then I'll meet them at midfield.
Sure. Where are we going again?
Seniors line up over here. And then just come to midfield.
Hey, you played awesome. Good job. Oh, good job, guys. You did great. You all did great. I'm really proud of you all. Wait, where am I going, Jill? With the seniors? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. We're smacking their hands as they come.
All right, let's meet
Do you
our
guys want
seniors
to
from this
smack
year.
our hands or give us hugs? Okay, you give me a hug, you smack
Number
Jason's
13,
hand.
Cassie Eller. Her favorite lacrosse memory, eating Walker Show in overtime. Callie plans to attend Concordia University in Ann Arbor to play lacrosse.
You know what the best thing about that was?
Next player, number 2, Peyton Brockman. Peyton's favorite memory was beating Arrowhead Red freshman year at their home field for the conference championship. Peyton plans to attend the University of Mount Union to study science. Our next player, number 5, Haley Trinaki.
Aww.
Haley's favorite lacrosse memory, we beat Arrowhead freshman year at their home field.
Man, that seems to be a trend, girls. How about round 2? That's what I'm saying. Like, how about round 2? Know what I'm saying? Aww, are you guys all crying? So
Lindsay Fair. Lindsay's favorite lacrosse memory was winning the playoff game last year against Waukesha. Lindsay plans to attend Marquette University to become a physical therapist.
Woo! Go Marquette! Sorry, got too excited.
Our next player, number 18, Chloe Henn. Chloe's favorite lacrosse memory was during freshman year.
Chloe, that was the most awkward hug I've ever received.
Chloe plans to attend Winona State University, majoring in pre-pharmacy.
She's smart.
Our next senior, number 19, Ashley Hoffman. Ashley's favorite memory was winning the Waukesha playoff game in overtime. Ashley plans to attend UW lacrosse, studying pre-physical therapy.
Why are you all so smart? I'm so proud. Maddie, are you?
Our next senior, number 28, Taylor Kozelic.
Aww.
Taylor's favorite lacrosse memory is that there are way too many. But I would have to say the playoff game last year, when we beat Waukesha in overtime, is one of her favorites. Taylor plans on attending MSOE in industrial engineering. Our next senior, number 9, Allie Marion. Allie's favorite lacrosse memory is also when we beat Waukesha in overtime, advanced to the Final Four. Allie plans to attend the University of Dubuque to major in elementary education and continue playing lacrosse.
Maybe you take the picture, girls.
Our next senior, number 23, Carly McKenna. Carly's favorite LAX memory was when she got her junior year playing Waukesha, and we were down 1 point and one girl, who was her, and Cass got the ball and tied the game. I was able to come back in during overtime, and we ended up winning the game. And attend Concordia University, Wisconsin, where she would be
I'm still hyped. I'm so glad I'm going. I'm going back to Grand Geneva to the conference. Woo! Talk about a Wednesday.
Our next senior, number 10, Brianna Tobin. Brianna's favorite LAX memory, playing in the snow for our 2017 season opener.
Why? But last but not least,
Brianna plans to attend University of Wisconsin to study medical engineering.
Oh my gosh, they're all so smart. They are all doing really hard majors, and I'm really proud of them.
Last but not least, number 17, Amanda Wachter. Amanda's favorite memory was freshman year tryouts. That was the first time she ever stepped foot on the lacrosse field and just had to laugh about how awful it was. Amanda plans to study journalism at the University of Missouri, Columbia.
Do we want to get like, Jill, do we want to get like a group picture of them on the Sabre?
Yeah, with you guys too. Yeah, picture in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I said, on the Sabre. Can I take this off yet? They're like, we're gonna mic you, and I'm like,
So they hear everything you're saying?
everything, the whole game.
Quick in the middle.
Come here, seniors. Or do we do the whole team, or do we want to do both? On the Sabre, this lovely Sabre.
Yeah, you did.
Here, do you want here? Or no? I'm short. Let me in, girl. I'm gonna say hi, Coach Black back.
Our parents. Should we go say hi to our parents?
Wait, can I give this to you? Cool. Thanks. Tons of fun.
Yeah.
Hope you got some good quotes.
Oh, I think we got some good stuff. Well, W7 Live, we are back live. We've been live, but back on the headset here. We're going to have Coach Kine come in and say a few words about this team in a minute. Had to do some things to prepare here. So final score, the Franklin Sabres on senior night come away with a 9-4 victory, or 9-5 victory over the number 2 team in the state, the WNS Wolfpack. And you know, speaking of, here is the woman of the hour here, Coach. We'll get you mic'd up and let's talk a little Franklin lacrosse, Franklin girls lacrosse here.
All right.
Well,
I have
Coach,
arrived.
First of all, congratulations on an amazing game today.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't have words. I mean, you know, these kids came out, you know, and I won't steal your thunder, but I mean, they came out ready to, you know, rip the doors off something. I mean, they were ready to go.
Yeah, they, you know, we've just said to them all season long, I need you to believe. I need you to know that you are a great team. And when you play like you're capable of playing, you're going to shock people. And, I mean, we didn't even talk that much pregame. We just kind of said, look, do what you're capable of doing. And if you will work the plan will work. And we controlled the ball on offense, which is what we wanted to do. Scored when we had the opportunity and mostly cut down on the turnovers, and our defense was just
lights out.
Lights out.
Maddie Webler was, you know, I mentioned this during the game tonight, so that, you know, defensively Maddie is 4th in the state, and Leo Oren is number 1. And I said, I think the number 1 goalie in the state's maybe wearing white today.
Yeah. I mean, she was in her zone. They were protecting her, and when Maddie feels protected, her game just goes up another few levels. And she's a sophomore, and I don't know if everybody even knows the story. Last year, going into our Waukesha game, in the quarterfinals, Maddie had never stepped foot in a varsity game. And she came into that game, and that's the game we advanced to the semifinals in, and she was just on fire.
There, you know, we typically make it a habit not to choose a player of the game on senior night because we really want it to be about the seniors. And I got to tell you, I am so relieved that we don't have to pick a player of the game because I don't think you could do it. I don't think it'd be possible to pick one player that was the difference maker because it was really all of them. It
was very balanced. And I mean, again, you know, we really talked to the offense for so long about being disciplined and just said, if you just don't force it, take care of the ball, be patient, when it opens and you take advantage of that, we will score. So we had the offensive end firing on all cylinders. And the defense was just a wall down there, and so I could not possibly choose one.
A couple players I want to just highlight just because their contributions were so enormous. In that first half, Cassie Allard played just off the hook. I mean, and I saw her come off a couple times, and it was ear-to-ear grin, full of confidence. Just today is going to be my day. She just knew it.
Yeah, she did. And one of the things I had said to our captains was, I need you guys to really come out with confidence, because if you do, your teammates will feel it. And Cass is that player that if you need a goal, you say, take the ball, I'll see you in a couple minutes. And she came to play without a doubt, and she knew that she could be effective, and she was.
On the other side, you can't say enough good things about Amanda Wachter. I mean, just gritty, hard-nosed, blue-collar. I go and get my job done. That's what I do.
That is Amanda in a nutshell. She, in the last 2 years of us playing with her, I don't think she sat more than 5 minutes both seasons. I mean, she just goes to work. And the same thing, she knows when we need that ball, and she comes up with it. And the ground balls, she had to have moved way up into the stats tonight, but she doesn't care about that stuff. She's that player that just says, what's my contribution? How do I get it? And then she's happy to be part of the team. She's just great.
And the third person I want to just talk about, again, we could be here all night talking kids, because there's so many great storylines to cover. But the third one that really jumped out at me was Allie Marion. She had such a tough week last week with getting injured in the USM game, and you just felt coming in here that she, I don't know that she does, but she almost felt like she had something to prove to this team. And she came in full of fire, and it was great to see her score at the end, and she had a great game.
Yeah, I agree. Allie took that shot in that USM game, and she was out for 3 games, and we hardly played her Monday night actually. So she is a player that when she's playing with confidence, she also is unstoppable, and she's just fun to watch. She's one of the for years. When Allie gets the ball, I just go, just go. Because she's so fun to watch.
She wears those. She reminds me a lot of, and you may not know, Abby Stevens from Nathan Hale girls basketball. Just the emotions are all raw, and they're all right in your face, and you're going to have to deal with them. Yeah. They're just there. That's just the way she plays the game. I love that. I love seeing kids that play that way.
Yeah, she's definitely an emotional player, and like I said, when she's playing with confidence too, she's another one. Just, what we've said to the girls all season is we're very balanced. So pick a player that you want to stop, and someone else will step up. Pick a player that you want to key in on, like Bella or Cass, and somebody else will hopefully feel the heat, and they will step up. Jillian Krieger the other night against Monday night when we played up at DSHA had 9 points. They were keying on some of the other girls. Jillian just kind of took over. So we're balanced, and I like that we can feel confident.
There's just so many good storylines. You could talk, Ashley Hoffman. You could talk Jillian. You could talk, Bree Tobin. Just heart of a warrior when I see Bree.
Yeah.
She's just constant movement, constant going. And we talked about emotions. What are the emotions like for you today? This had to be a rough day. This is your last regular season game as the coach of this team. What's going through Coach Jill right now?
I held it together pretty well, but then when we got the win, and then when I saw some of the girls, it's tough because I love this so much. I know that I need to kind of take a break and step away for a little bit. So it's hard. It's a rough night. With this win, we hopefully now get another game to play at home. I don't want that to, even though it was a great game, it would be a great game to go out on, but I just kind of let's get one more at home. But it's rough. This is a special, special group of seniors, and the underclassmen I love, and it's bittersweet.
I'm sure it is, and they're great athletes, and they don't need extra motivation. But I almost kind of wonder, and Riley and I talked about this, on the broadcast tonight. I almost kind of wonder if maybe, an article that came out this week didn't happen to make its way, around the team, talking about the cream of the crop in girls lacrosse in southeastern Wisconsin, and I didn't see Franklin on that list.
No, we didn't see Franklin on that list, and we're a new program. We're only in our 4th year as a high school program, and those programs have been around a little bit longer, but I do think our girls probably saw that and thought, I think that we have something to prove.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do something
Maybe
about
we
that.
should.
And I think they came in and did that, and I think they proved they're right there. I mean, they are right there. They're in the conversation for sure.
Yeah. If we play, again, you play the way you're capable of playing, and we play with anyone, anytime, any place.
Well, I want to wish you and the Sabres, congratulations. I will tell you there's a rumor going around. I can't confirm or deny that W7 may be extending its lacrosse coverage into the postseason and potentially in the championship game at Carroll College or Carroll University.
Yeah, I heard that might be happening.
So keep an eye on that,
I'm
and
going to.
We'll see what happens there. And know that we're rooting for you guys, and how appreciative we are that you let us come in and just again the thing that we love to do is not just come in and live stream games, but come in and be a part of the program and immerse ourselves into the program, and you let us do that.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's possible for us to say how much we appreciate this relationship, because we love this game and we want to grow this game, and the way this game grows is through things like this. So you investing in us is so appreciated, and I love it.
Riley gave me an A for my growth and lacrosse knowledge this year.
Good.
And that's a pretty high mark for Riley to give that to me. So I
nice
take that pretty seriously. Well, want to thank you. Look for a full HD copy, and we're going to get you a DVD copy of today.
Awesome.
and the post game and everything else as well. Final score, again, I think, was it 9-4?
9-4.
Final score today live from Franklin High School. The Franklin Sabres, the 7th ranked team in the state of Wisconsin, come away with a 9-4 upset over the number 2 WNS Wolfpack. For Riley Kind, for Jill Kind, Gary Wipperman, W7 Live. As of right now, this is our last broadcast until August 28th, but you may be seeing us again before then. So until then, or before, thanks for watching.